What's up, guys? This is Darrell. This is going to be a movie review over Pokemon, or not Pokemon, I'm sorry, Detective Pikachu, which is pretty much Pokemon, and John Wick 3. I wanted to add them together because I only have a few things to say about the Detective Pikachu movie. I watched both over the weekend last week, and there's not a lot to talk about with the Detective Pikachu movie. I could do a whole review over it, but I feel like there's only a few things need to be said about that movie, and then John Wick 3 I'll get more into detail about. So Detective Pikachu, it was starring Ryan Reynolds, and then I can't remember what the character, his name is Jack, something Smith. I can't remember. I'm sorry, but so I enjoyed parts of this movie. I think that when I saw the trailers for Ryan Reynolds gonna be who becomes Pikachu, I really wasn't feeling it. I had no idea why they decided to pick Ryan Reynolds, but he actually made this movie really, really funny. He always does this thing when it comes to comedy, especially Deadpool 1 and 2. And then before that, I think he was just like a kind of romantic comedy actor, comic relief actor. But he really made this movie tolerable, I would say. The main character, Jack, I just wasn't feeling it. I don't think it was very good acting. And then there's another girl that he like starts liking at the movie. She's just really, I just wasn't believable at all. But there's a few good things that I have to say and a few bad things that I have to say. I'll just start from the beginning and then get to it. So the intro to the movie, I liked the whole Mewtwo thing. It reminded me of the Mewtwo movie from Pokemon. I think they only made one. But it was the same where Mewtwo was created in this lab from Mew, the ancient Pokemon or whatever, and then he starts killing off the scientists. And I like that they paid homage to the original content. That was really good. What else? CGI in this movie was incredible. They definitely did the Pokemon justice with the money they spent on the CGI because they are amazing looking. You can tell that a lot of the budget for that for this movie in whole just went to the CGI department, and hats off to them because they did really, really well. The whole storyline I really wasn't feeling. It just, I don't know, it kind of felt lazy. And then there were some plot hole problems with the movie. Like at the very end, the main character Jack, he sees Pikachu on the ground and he's like at the top story of the building, and then like in 5 seconds he just runs down 100 flight of stairs. It was weird, really weird for me. And then I don't know, there's just a couple things that I didn't like about the movie. Let's see, when they introduced the holograms, the technology where the super billionaire guy has hologram technology, was really, really well done. It's just the CGI in this movie was really well done. Besides that and Ryan Reynolds, I don't think that I would watch this movie again. Like I said, maybe to go back on the CGI and just see how well it was done. But I wouldn't say you need to watch this movie. My rating would probably be like a 6.8. Ryan Reynolds does really good, and he just makes it funny and bearable. Now, John Wick 3. I had been anticipating this movie for a long, long time because the first John Wick and the second one, they just get better every time they make a new movie for it. It just gets better, and it's one of the trilogies that I think gets better with every movie they make, and that's a very rare thing. There's a few ones like Lord of the Rings and maybe The Matrix that they just get better the more movies they make, and it doesn't feel like a cash grab. Like, oh, this movie's doing really well, so we're just gonna make a second one just to get more money from the studio. But yeah, John Wick 3, it was really well done. Keanu Reeves, man, he put so much actual training with martial arts and tactical gun usage. I don't know what the proper term for it is, but he does really well throughout this whole movie with his technique and everything. And I like the background where they show that he's pretty much like a Russian spy that was made to be like an assassin at a young age. I like how they gave us more background on his character. I also like how they started developing more background for the entire underground world in general. They did a really well job with the script. Um, there's a few things that I didn't like about it, that they decided to go with the guy, his friend at the very end, betraying him. It didn't make any sense to me, but I mean, it is what it is. That's just a personal opinion, and it didn't do anything negative to the movie as a whole. The fight scenes are incredible. The gunfights are incredible. The movie ran a little bit long for me, but I think that wasn't that bad. The reason why it wasn't that bad for me is because I enjoyed the entire movie throughout. It just it kind of got a little stagnant at the very end, and when they had introduced the character for Halle Berry with the German Shepherds, I don't think that it really needed to be in there. It doesn't really do anything for the momentum of the film, but Halle Berry did a pretty good job. And then the introduction of those dogs, man, those attack dogs, that's incredible. That whole scene with the attack dogs when they're trying to get out of the palace or whatever. It was really well done. I loved watching it, every second of it. Those attack dogs and the actual training that they have to go through and they put into that scene, it was just incredible. This is a really strong movie. I'll probably watch it 2 or 3 times in movie theaters just to just enjoy it a little better instead of like nitpicking everything because I'm doing movie reviews. With that being said, I didn't take a lot of notes during this movie. I just enjoyed it. I didn't have my little book pad or whatever. So there's few things I could say about the actual script. But all in all, this movie was incredible. The way that they left it, they're definitely going to make a 4th one, and I can't wait to see that one. What I liked about the very end, the fighting scenes, they have one of the actors. He's from Indonesia, and he does that Indonesian fighting thing. He was from the Raid 1 and 2. I want to say he was from both of them, which are great fighting movies, by the way. And they just choreograph everything so well. It was funny. It was very well done. The script was well done as well. I wasn't bored throughout any part of this movie. Like I said, it was a little bit long, but it was just a personal choice for me that I thought it was a little bit too long. It was, I want to say 2.5 hours, and I think that they could have cut out some fat and made it 2 hours, maybe 2:15. But it is what it is. An extra 15 minutes didn't kill me. So my ranking for this movie would probably be like a solid 9. My first review, I did Endgame. I gave it like a 9.8 or 9.5. That was just because they made so much stuff and compacted it throughout 20 something movies, which is so hard to do, and they did it so well. But for this movie, since it's only the 3rd one, I think a solid 9.0 is really good. There's nothing wrong with an A- at all. And I think that if they would have made some of the background characters a little more interesting, then I would have gave it a little more props. I can't remember the actor who plays Morpheus in The Matrix, but he does really well with that. He's a good background character and supporting actor that really does well with his character. And the guy who betrays him at the end, I can't remember what his name is either. I apologize, but he is a great actor as well. And everything that he does, even if it's terrible movies like Hercules with The Rock, that was, I didn't think it was a very good movie at all. But that particular actor, he does a well job in that movie as well. So yeah, that's my 2 movie reviews. Like I said, Pikachu's solid 6.8, and then John Wick 3 was 9.0. They were Detective Pikachu was pretty hard to go through without Ryan Reynolds. And then John Wick 3, definitely gonna watch again. And I think that it's a movie that you can continue to watch and just appreciate, just like the first one and the second one. The first and second one, they were incredible, and they just did so much, and they introduced this whole underground thing very well. Excuse me. And they just did a great job with the script and having it playing out. I don't know who the director for this movie is, but he does a great job tying all this stuff together. I mean, hats off to Keanu Reeves, because he makes this movie. I mean, he's the main character, and he does so well, and he just makes a whole John Wick persona. Just he really brings it out, and I think that if you would have a different actor playing John Wick, he just wouldn't have done it as much justice. So hats off to Keanu Reeves. I really appreciate him putting so much time and effort into the actual training. Me and my brother, like I said, we do judo and jiu-jitsu and MMA and stuff like that. So we like to nitpick fighting movies, but he did so well in this. He does the taitoshi throws and the haragoshis and just the sweeps and all the throws. He does really well. And jiu-jitsu, obviously, it's a high level jiu-jitsu. I can't remember who he does the grappling and jiu-jitsu training with, but you can tell it's very well done. It's not just like one of those cheesy movies where the guy has no experience and he's just doing what the what is it called, what the supporting people just tell him to do, and like, okay, you're gonna punch like this, and gives him like 15-20 minutes to practice, and then he's gonna shoot the scene. Keanu Reeves really did so much for this movie, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go back and watch it a couple more times. So that's my movie reviews. If you have a different opinion, you thought that Pokemon did better than I give it credit for, then please leave it in the comments. If you thought that Keanu Reeves or John Wick 3, didn't do as good as I thought, then please leave it in the comments, and then I'll discuss it in my next review or whatever. If you have any movie reviews that you want me to go over personally, leave them in the comments below, or DM, Instagram, whatever, and I'll try to get to it as quick as I can. Me and Gabe made 2 new videos that we'll be putting up hopefully soon. I gotta edit them still, but keep out for those. And I think that we touch on some really good subjects for those, so look out for that. If you decided to go through this whole video and watch all of it, I appreciate you guys. I'll try to get more movie reviews as soon as more come out. I'm really looking forward to the it's Brightburn or whatever, the bad Superman child or whatever. I'm looking forward to that movie, and then a couple more movies come out in the later months. So that being said, that's going to bring this video to a conclusion, and appreciate you guys for listening. Peace.